All right, so now that we have our stairs in place, we're gonna go ahead and move on to creating the opening here, and then creating the guardrail, so that people don't fall off. This should make more sense once we bring up the second floor. So the guardrail is right here, right? If I'm standing right on this side and we open up the hole, someone can easily fall off, so we need a guardrail. Okay. First, we're gonna open up the hole right in here, and why is the stairs not aligned to the wall? Huh. It seems like I made my stairs a little bit too narrow. They should have been 3'6", and I made them 3 feet. Well, we could fix this. I'm going to say this is part of the plan. This is part of my teaching style to introduce um, mistakes into it so we learn how to fix it. So let's go ahead and take this and I'm going to move this to the left here. When I move something out of place so that I kind of move it off, isolate it, work on it, and then move it back. So essentially, whenever I'm going to make an edit and then move it back, I like to move it by a set dimension so that I can easily move that next time. So I could easily move that back into place next time. So in other words, I'm going to go ahead and 25 feet, enter, right? It could be, doesn't matter what dimension it is. But now once we're done, we can move this 25 feet again, and hopefully it works. All right. So this is too narrow. It's 3 feet. It needs to be 3'6". What we're going to do is ungroup this because we want to be able to select the steps altogether, right? And we are going to use our extrude surface. So let's go ahead and extrude this surface here, enter, and we're going to go out just 6 inches. Okay. And just like that, we made it out 6 inches longer. Now, right now they are two separate poly surfaces. So I'm going to hold down the shift key, select both of them, and then Boolean union them. And now we have it at 3'6". Let's go ahead and group this and then select this and move. And we're going to move this 25 feet. Oh, we'll select this. Let's move it 6 inches. I have to account for the new 6 inches that we have. So we'll move, just click, and 6 inches. There we go. All right. Ooh, that's much better. Mistakes happen all of the time. There's no way of modeling and not making mistakes. It's just part of the process. But in those moments, you always have to think about, address the problem with like, okay, what are the tools that I know that I have at this point, and how do I use those tools to make these adjustments, right? Um, so, you just kind of have to get used to making these mistakes and figuring them out. All right, let's go back to our cutting of the floor. Okay? I'm going to use the Boolean difference command. So I'm going to do that. We're going to create a rectangle. I'm going to go from one corner to the other corner. Okay. Select the line, and we're going to extrude curve, and we're just going to go all the way up. Make sure that it's solid set to yes. I just need a depth, something like that. We'll select this, and I'm just going to move this down. Let's go into the front view so we could see. I'm going to move this down enough so that it goes past my second floor, right? Because we're going to do the Boolean difference of this floor there. So now that it's past the second floor, we'll go ahead and use a Boolean difference and select the surfaces to subtract from. That's my step. Hit enter, subtract width. That's this. And hit enter, and there we go. Just like that, we have the opening. Okay. All right, so now what I'm going to do is create the guardrail. We're going to create the guardrail very similar to the way we created um, our handrail here. We're going to draw a line. What makes the guardrail tricky isn't really the commands, it's that we're now having to work inside, and you see we're getting into walls. That becomes an issue. So at this point, we might want to go into ghosted view. That might not help actually. It may not. It's up to you. Because now we're seeing a lot of information down on the ground, which we probably don't want to see more information. So, all right, I have a line. You know what, that rectangle curve, we could go ahead and delete now. So now we'll select just the line, and I'm going to move this line in 2 inches. Okay. And then we will move this line up. Because remember, we talked about how the the guardrail is 42 inches off the ground. So we're going to move this wall up. And for this, we could always go into our front view to make sure that it goes straight up. And we're going to go up 42 inches. Enter. In my front view is where I'm actually going to go into wireframe. Okay. So I'm not going to really try not to touch much in the front view, but at least I can get a visual sense of where things are located. So then from here, going to draw a line that goes from this endpoint straight. You know what? I did this wrong. Let's go ahead and move this back 2 inches because I really like to use, there we go. I really want to be able to use the edge line work. Okay. So we'll go ahead and draw a line again. And we're going to go straight down. Notice how it says perpendicular. Okay. Just like that. We'll go ahead and create everything along here, and then we'll move the whole thing 2 inches in. Okay. So from here, what I'll do is we'll go ahead and draw our circle again. At this point, we'll go with the 1.5 inch diameter, and we will use the sweep command. We'll select the rail. I forgot to join, so we'll select both of these. Nope, can't do that. I have to select, is it not being, select the line. For some reason, I'm not, here, let's go, there we go. Select the line, hold down the shift key, join, enter. We'll go ahead and use the sweep one command again. Select our lines, select the circles, and enter. Enter. Close sweep is not on, so let's hit OK. And then let's remember to select this and cap it. Okay. Now we're also going to need another line right at the middle, right, like a baluster. So I want to find that midpoint. So I'm going to hide this pipe and then just draw a line. There's the midpoint, and I'm going to go straight down. Okay. Move my cursor until it says perpendicular. There we go. And I'm zooming in, making sure that I'm not accidentally grabbing something in the back step. So there we go. There's perpendicular. I'm just going to take this and just copy it over to right there. And we're going to, you know what? I could have just used the extrude curve command. Drawn the circle. And yeah, we'll go to that point right there. Let's bring back the railing. Okay. And there we have that. Now all we need is the tension cables. So for that, you know what? I need to hide that again. We're going to draw another line from that point to that point, select it, and I'm going to come over here. This is where I'm going to offset. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and offset 4 inches. So 0.33333, that's 4 inches in decimal form. So we're going to go ahead and click. I'm going to hit space bar. Now, we are going to, sorry, let's go ahead and continue to just offset this the full 4 inches all the way up. So what I'm doing, selecting, hitting the space bar, and then clicking. You know, and we'll be fine with that, just like that. We could also do, you know, let's go ahead and offset just to be on the safe side. Come on. Notice that my spacing here between these two is a lot smaller, but I need that 4 inches. What's the distance? That's probably 2 inches. So what I can do is select each one of these lines and then just move them. Because remember, the spacing cannot be more than 4 inches. It doesn't say it has to be 4 inches. So we could use the move tool and bring this down 1 inch. Right. So now at least the same spacing at the top and the bottom is equal. Okay. And then over here, we're going to go ahead and adjust the right side view because I know I'm going to draw that circle again. I'm going to draw a circle and I'm going to click in the perspective mode, but I'm going to come to the right side view. Okay, after I click, and I'm going to type in 3/8 of an inch. Okay, and now that I have that, now that I have that, we're just going to do the extrude curve and bring that out this way. No, let's undo that. Oh, no, let's go ahead and just keep it. What I'm going to do is come over here to this side and then just copy it. Click, click, click. No, undo that. Copy it. You know what? Let's go ahead and click. Let's turn all of these back on and just go click, 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 click. There we go. Oh, I forgot. I always forget that last one. We'll go ahead and go from there to there. And now let's go ahead and show. This is where we want to be really careful. We're going to select everything that we've now modeled. And we are going to move it. Okay. So we have everything. You know what? Let's go ahead and group it right now, because that took a long time. And if we do this wrong, we don't want to have to go back and select every little thing. So we're going to now use the move command, and we're going to move this 2 inches. There we go. Okay. Now we do have the line work, which at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and delete the lines. You know, make our lives a lot easier if we just put this in its layer right now. Guard rail. Select this, and there we go. And now we could go ahead and hide it. And now since I have my windows turned off, go ahead and delete that. We'll just do these cross windows. Let's turn it back on. And there we have our guardrail. Okay. Now that's where we create this guardrail, or that's how we create this guardrail. Now, what you have to do is create the guardrail for out here. And that's something I'm not going to cover. Okay. So I'll leave that up for you guys to figure out. However, what I am going to do is just add this one little post right here with you. So we're going to draw a rectangle here. Don't forget to add this post. And we're just going to go 6, enter. No, not 6 feet. Sorry. We're going to go 6 inches and then 6 inches. We'll select this and we're going to extrude curve. We're just going to bring this up. Let's go up to that. Let's go up to the midpoint up there. And this is going to be part of our second floor walls. Okay, there we have that. So what you're going to have to do is create a guardrail that goes from here to there, and then another guardrail that comes from here to there. Now you can use the same 4-inch space tension cable, or you could create your own type of railing that you want. It's entirely up to you, just as long as you don't have any open spacing that is larger than 4 inches and that the guardrail is 42 inches off of the ground. Those are the two requirements. Anything after that, the guardrail is entirely up for you to design however you see fit. All right. Hopefully that was helpful. Good luck, everyone.